Okay, we out here. We out here after I can't remember how long it is. A long time. I haven't streamed for like 6 months or something along those lines. I think. I'm pretty sure the last stream that I did was right before New Year's of 2023. I could be wrong though. But anyway, I'm here. I'm here to roast myself. In all of my old My MCR covers, pretty much just to have like a bit of a thing of just being like, yeah, like now that it's been completed and it took like 2 goddamn years or whatever it was. Essentially just being like, all right, cool, let's take a look at those and see if there's any decisions that I made during it that were either really cool or really bad. And so yeah, we'll have a look. And I suppose like after this, I'll probably clip it down just so that it's one of those things where people don't need to watch like a 2 hour stream to like go through this. But yeah. Anyway, I'm wearing an appropriate shirt for this as well. I'm wearing my Chemical Romance Boyzone shirt for this, and yeah. So pretty much what we're going to be doing. I was thinking about which way I was going to go. Like if I would do like the latest one first and then go back to this. But I think it makes more sense to me personally anyway to pretty much go the opposite way of like pretty much just being like, yep, we're going to take a look at everything right from the start all the way through to now, because then it makes it funnier in my opinion, of essentially just being like, all right, this is the one from 2 years ago. How bad was I? How much did I suck? But yeah, anyway, we'll see what happens. I know a lot of people would actually be like, no, you should do Helena last. You should do Helena last because that's the it song. But I don't know, man. I don't know. All right. Have I actually set this up? I haven't streamed for a while, so I'm just like, have I got everything like doing its thing? But yeah, anyone that is actually here, let me know if levels are a bit weird. Because yeah, obviously I haven't done it in a while. So alrighty. Anyway. I digress. So pretty much the way that I'm going to go about it is that like a really annoying reaction YouTuber, I'm probably just going to go through, and then if anything jumps out at me, I'm just going to pause, and then like we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it quickly-ish. See you in 4 hours. All right. Anyway, first up, there we go. Ta-da! First up, we have Helena, which is yeah, you know, funnily enough, like well, not funnily enough, like it makes a lot of sense. It was the one that was like it kind of blew up, relatively speaking. Like obviously 55,000 is not like a lot to a lot of people or anything along those lines, but I don't know, considering that I only have like 3.5-ish like thousand subscribers, yeah, 55K is pretty cool to me. But anyway, we'll start with this, and then I'll yeah, we'll go from there.
Long ago, just like the hearse you died to get in again. We are so far from you.
A little bit flat.
Burning on, just like the match you strike to incinerate the lives of everyone you know. And what's the worst you take from every heart you break? And like the blade you stain, well, I've been holding on tonight. What's the worst that I could say?
That's a cool part, in my opinion. That there. So that, my friends, is why you need to practice and practice and practice and practice, making sure that you are actually you actually enforce like diaphragm control, or diaphragm in quotation marks. That right there is a classic example of essentially not having a full tank, as it were, and then like trying to catch up as you're kind of like running on empty. And so yeah, that here, if I was a wise man, I would have redone this take and then just been a bit more strategic about my breaths, because yeah, otherwise you get stuff like this where like better. Like if you don't have the breath behind it, it kind of just goes into that soft, like hard palate. And it's not. It's yeah. To me, like to most people, that's probably completely fine. But to me, I listen to this and I'm just like, damn, like yeah. But to anybody that knows what they're doing, that's like a. Anyway, there we go. And that's an example of what I'm going to do to every single one of my covers. But yeah, moving on. Same thing there as well. There again. Yeah, same thing. Right at the very end, it's like just to hold that note. It's just like up, and just in this like this area here. Just yeah, that doesn't really sound that great. But anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, hell yeah. All right, first song done. Now just 11 more. 11 more. Hell yeah. All right, let me have a look. Someone was messaging me. Mute that so that it doesn't come through on here. Okie dokie. All right. So I know for a fact on this next one that I got some lyrics wrong. And so yeah, I'll see if I can pick it out now that it's been like 2 years since this came out. But yeah, I'll see what happens. Because yeah, I definitely got some lyrics wrong on this one. And I should have redone it, but I just didn't. Because this one was a pain in the ass. For some reason. Oh yeah, look at me go.
Well, baby, you got the sound. Took a train down to New Orleans in the shop made full of infantry. This is how we like to do it in the murder scene. Can we settle up the score? If you were here, whenever have the
Harmonies are a little bit too loud. there.
If you were here, I never have the fear. So go on and live your life. But I miss you more than I did yesterday. So far away. So come on and show me how. 'Cause I mean this more than words could ever say. Might say we are made from the sharpest things they say. We are young and we don't care. Your dreams and your hopeless hair.
Wow.
We never wanted it to be this way for all our lives. Do you care if you were here? I never had the fear. So go out and live your life. But I miss you more than I did yesterday.
I actually like that part.
Far away. So come on and show me how. 'Cause I mean this more than words could ever say. What did you call me? Well, there's no way I'm kissing that guy.
Hell yeah, check out my other covers at tube.com/model. Alright, let me check for a second what the hell the actual lyrics are. Give 'em hell, kid. Because I swear I got the lyrics wrong. What was it? What were the lyrics that I got wrong on here? Yeah, took a train out of New Orleans and the shop me full of effertry, and this is how we like to do it in the motor scene. Can we settle up the score? Yeah, that was the right one. Well, I'm a total wreck in almost every day. Which one is it?
Walking down the well, I'm a total wreck in almost every day.
Like the firing squad of the mess you've made.
Well, so I look pretty walking down the street in the best damn dress I own.
Okay, maybe it was actually the first verse that I got wrong. Where is it?
Took a train down to New Orleans in the shop.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's took a train out of New Orleans, not took a train down to New Orleans. Yeah.
Made full of effertry. This is how we
Like to do it in the murder scene. Yeah, okay. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was it. And I was just looking at it, just being like, damn, like I've screwed this up. Oh well. It is what it is. Realistically, like in the grand scheme of things, that's probably like better, I guess. I suppose. Alrighty. Where we go next? Alright. To the end. Ooh, yeah, this one was a spicy one. This one was a spicy one, and that like I kind of didn't like it a lot. Or not necessarily a lot. I just didn't really. Yeah, I don't know. I had a bit of a relationship with this one because I feel like it was a bit. I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is. All right, let's get into it. I'm sure that I'll point out exactly what I don't like about it in just a second. Look at that beard. Damn, dog.
The wedding party all collapsed in the room. So send my resignation to the bride and the groom. Let's go down. This elevator only goes up to 10. He's not around, he's always looking at me. Time out the fool, he doesn't have any friends. As they are face out of blow to snap a shot with the lens. If you marry me, would you bury me? Would you carry me to the end? To the vows you take, to the life you make, to the heart you break, and all the cyanide you drink. She keeps a picture of the body she lands.
Yeah.
She business from the money she spends. She's got a life of her own and it shows by the bend.
Like what I mean by there as well is that like I put too much emphasis on the scale, like in terms of like.
She spends. She's got a body she link.
Where is it? Give me the exact note.
Keeps a picture of the body she link.
She keeps a picture of the body she lends. like in the actual song, it's more of a she takes a picture of the way she lands. Like it's more of a skip rather than an actual like full step up and then a step down. And so yeah, I put too much emphasis on that, I feel, when I recorded this, and like it changes the vibe to me. It changes the vibe a little bit. Anyway. Not enough intensity there as well. That's cool though. I was definitely losing air towards the end of that because you can start hearing it getting up again into that like soft palate area, and it's a bit. Yeah, like the again, like losing a bit of air and then needing to sort of like force notes, and they kind of come through as like almost like testy pops or something along those lines. I think what I didn't really like about this cover as opposed to like the previous two is that it kind of just doesn't have the same attitude. I guess like I feel like because there's so much going on in this song, I feel like I had to be really sort of like clinical about how I approached it. And that kind of comes through again with that sort of thing that I was talking about, like focusing too much on the scale of the notes rather than like focusing on the delivery and the attitude. Because like that's the thing is like with when Gerard is singing, and like it's much more about the actual emotion and the delivery of the notes that are actually coming through, not if it's like squeaky clean. Because like you can see that progression, like the difference, or the like what a lot of people will go into about like the Black Parade and stuff like that, is that is the sort of step up of where Gerard kind of gets that perfect mix of like the actual attitude with it being professionally made. Oh, hello. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just just roasting myself. In terms of just looking at these old covers and then just being like, all right, cool. How can I improve upon this? And so, yeah. How are you anyway? How are you going? Um, And so yeah, like I feel like definitely with this one, my love hate relationship with this cover is that I love the harmonies and I love all of the backing vocals in this, and so to me that is actually what is I suppose the saving grace of this cover is that like the really cool harmonies and stuff like I loved doing and I love hearing them, and so it's like but there's a lot of parts in my one take over the top that I'm like, maybe I should have like left that in the oven for a bit, come back to it a little bit, a little bit later. But yeah, it is what it is. Why is chat been? Smarty stream. Oh, g'day, mate. How you going? Yeah, it's been it's been a while. I don't know. I just haven't been streaming. I've been focusing on a lot of other stuff. But yeah, hopefully gonna start doing it semi frequently, at least once a week. I'm hoping, like probably like literally now. Because this time is pretty free for me just in general. And yeah, like especially with like me trying to do covers again like every week, trying to sort of like build that up because like realistically my YouTube is like where people are actually at. I kind of when I'm streaming on Twitch, it's like I don't really do a lot of gaming or anything along those lines on stream, and so like definitely the peeps are
I don't know who I am anymore. I'm getting too much money.
money. Oh, hell yeah. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you. I completely forget that you can even do donations on here because I just don't really worry about it. But thank you very much. I do appreciate it. But yeah, hoping to be a lot more active going forward, especially now that I'm sort of like gotten back on top of like a lot of my original music, and a lot of that's going to be coming out soon. Like I can sort of refocus again on YouTube and all that kind of jazz. And so yeah, should be good. All right, we got the next one up. You know what they do to guys like us in college? I've in college. Oh, ooh. Well, you know what they do to guys like us in prison. I love this one. It has a lot of attitude in my opinion, and one of my favorite parts about it is that a lot of people were commenting on doves, the pronunciation of doves, because I do it exactly the same as Gerard, and yeah. Anyway, next one. Let's do it.
You're in the middle of a gunfight, in the center of a restaurant. They say, come with your arms raised high. Well, they're never gonna get me, like a bullet through a flock of doves, to wage this war
Doves.
against your faith.
I don't know who I am anymore. I'm getting too much money.
That almost linked up. Oh, hell yeah. Thanks, man. Fucking phone hold. Thanks, my man.
If you're losing yourself, I'm losing myself. Will I respond well? Will you give me the chance? Lethal injection, I'll spring from the rope if you can. Nobody knows all the trouble I've seen. No, but I can't, and I don't know how it just two minutes gotta meet us. Well, I can't, well, I can't. Too much too late.
Lost it a little bit there. Like, note was a little bit flat.
What they ask of you will make you want to stay so long. Well, I don't remember what I remember.
Oh, it's not your native language? Fair enough. Yeah. Well, no, thank you very much for the kind words. I'll come back to that in a second. See, now that's a cover. That's a cover right there. That like it had some like a couple of little like pitchy sort of stuff, or like just need a little bit more support to sort of like get at some notes. But yeah, that's a cover right there. All the backing stuff in it and has the attitude, fantastic. But yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that you're not at your best. And I'm glad that this helps you with all the covers are at least something to hopefully take your mind off of that. But yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate the kind words. And yeah, I hope you get back to your best. I hope you get back to your best. All right, so yeah, like that one, that cover to me, I love that one. Like that's arguably either just from the aspect of like doing both Bert and Gerard's vocals on that. Like, I feel like I did a really good job. Personally, I feel I did a really good job, in particular with this cover. And so yeah, apart from like as I said before, just like a couple of like little pitchy parts. I think that cover's probably one of the best ones. It's all downhill from here. All right, next one. Funnily enough, it's like I was looking at those two and just being like, God damn, my beard was huge. I had a huge beard when I was doing those two. And then next one, you can see from the thumbnail, it's like I shaved, and I had to turn. Like actually, I'll open it up first. I'll open it up first. I had to turn the give me the like oh no, come on. Yeah, I had to turn the hue of the red down, because even though this was days after I shaved my beard, because I had a massive beard for so long, after I shaved it, my skin was just like, oh my God. And so I was red. Like my entire it wasn't good. It wasn't good. Anyway, I digress. This cover did way less than what I thought it was going to. Way less. Because funnily enough, like even though Helena, however you want to pronounce it, even though that's like, the apart from Black Parade, that's like the it cover. I'm Not Okay is actually their most streamed, I believe, apart from like Black Parade, or it's in their top 3. It's in the top 3 of like this being like one of the most streamed songs that they have. And it kind of did only like slightly better than the B-sides. And so it's like, come on, man. But anyway, I can't actually remember this one because I got annoyed that it underperformed, and so I just didn't look at it again because I'm a petty little bitch like that. Yeah, anyway, let's take a look. Because this is going to be as fresh for you as it is for me.
Well, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say. I never want to let you down or have you go. It's better off this way for all the dirty looks, the photographs your boyfriend took. Remember when you broke your foot from jumping out the second floor? I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. You wear me out.
Harmonies are a little bit too loud. Just a little.
What will it take to show you that it's not the life it seems? I've told you time and time again, you sing the words but don't know what they mean to be a joke and luck.
I needed to sync those more as well.
I held you close as we both shook for the last time. Take a good hard look. I'm not okay. I'm not okay.
Yeah, I should have spent more time syncing the backing vocals. Because, like, I could hear in this side it had some, like, it was starting and stopping a little bit outside. And so, yeah, I should have synced them all.
Forget about the dirty looks, the photographs your boyfriend took. You said you'd read me like a book, but the pages all locked on in freedom. Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay
Ah!
now. But you really didn't listen to me, because I'm telling you the truth. I mean this. I'm okay. Trust me.
It's me. I forgot about that.
Okay. I'm not okay. No, I'm not okay. I'm not all fucking okay. I'm not okay.
Yeah, I think that one for like a bit like I think for the choruses, I think it's just the choruses that I feel like I didn't add enough attitude to it. Maybe like apart from the last one, and so maybe that's kind of taking away from like what I think about it. Maybe as well, sort of the same as with like To the End. Like I kind of didn't put the 110% into it again. But yeah. Anyway, I mean, it's a serviceable cover. I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Probably better than 90% of the ones that are out there because my ego. Um, love it. Thank you. Guess who's back? Back again. Marty's back. Tell a friend. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. Tell a friend. Get him in here. Yeah. Yeah, like I think I should have spent more time on the polish of that one in terms of like the backing vocals in particular because I feel like there was some parts where they were either too loud and they were overpowering the main vocal because like at the end of the day this is meant to be a showcase not of my like just singing ability in general but also just of how I go about singing it from start to finish as a one take. And so I like having those polished elements there of like the harmonies and the backing vocals and all that kind of stuff, but they need to be sort of dropped so that like they don't overpower, they don't outshine the main vocals and like so I feel like I should have spent more time on that. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Still, I think that was a even though it wasn't as impactful as the last one. I think that it was I think that was a good cover. I think in general, I think it still had a decent mix of like attitude and sort of tackling it a bit more clinically. I'll thank you very much for the follow, much appreciated. Over on Twitch. Like the thing is that like I don't know. Like I stream to both YouTube and Twitch just because like I have an audience on YouTube, but then so many people just attribute streaming to Twitch, and so it like I would literally just stream on YouTube, but it kind of feels like you're missing a trick if you don't stream on Twitch as well. Like I would prefer to just stream just on YouTube to be honest, but you know it is what it is. Um, yeah. All right. Now for the next one. Now this song, this goddamn song. This song took me, no word of a lie, like a month to get it to a point where I was happy with it. Because I kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and like there would always be something about it that I hated. And so yeah, it took me literally like a month to get through and get a take that I like. And funnily enough, I think this is my cleanest cover out of all of them. I mean, oh goddamn, hope it is. Um, but at the same time, I think I over polished it a little bit because it feels really, it feels studio to me. It doesn't feel like a vocal like it doesn't feel like one of my covers of like I kind of just go in and I do it. Like this one to me feels like a in studio recording in a way, and like I didn't necessarily want that. Like if I wanted that, I would have just pre-recorded all of these and then like got them squeaky clean, like, and then just essentially just being like, these are the best covers of these songs. But no, I wanted to like do it as like sort of a bit more rough. And so this one, even though I am happy with the result of this one, it's one of those things where like I feel like I overproduced it a little bit. But anyway, Ghost of You. I know a lot of people like this one, but yeah. Our first one with the Lewitt as well. That bad boy.
I never said I'd lie and wait forever. If I did, we'd be together. How I can't always just forget her, but she could try. At the ends of the world, or the last thing I see, you are never coming home, never coming home. Could I? And all the things that you never ever told me, and all the smiles that are ever get the feeling that you're never all alone. And I remember now, at the top of my lungs, in my arms, she dies, she dies. At the end of the world, or the last thing I see, you are never coming home, never coming home. Could I? And all the things that you never ever told me, and all the smiles that are ever gonna haunt me, never coming home, never coming home. Could I? And all the wounds that are ever gonna scar me, for all the counts that are never gonna catch me. If I fall, if I fall down, way up, way at the end of the world, or the last thing I see, you are never coming home, never coming home, never coming home, never coming home.
That harmony.
Things that you never ever told me, and all the smiles that are ever gonna haunt me, never coming home, never coming home. Could I? Should I? For all the wounds that are ever gonna scar me, for all the counts that are never gonna.
Like, realistically, I think the only part of that song that I'm like, like I kind of is this part. I feel like I didn't add enough attitude to this part, and that's kind of like way up. And I don't know, like whether that's a good or bad thing, I don't know, like, because definitely like I think as a behind the sort of scenes part, this area here, that way up, that is like dumping so much air that like I was having trouble every single time I was getting to the last chorus after this section. Because like I would be dumping air with the way out, and then at the edge of the world, getting to that part after. Apologies if that's blowing the fucking mic out, or I probably shouldn't be going full belt singing into it. But anyway, going into that after dumping all that air in that bridge section, it like I don't know. Every single time I kept like just running out, and then like the last chorus would just sound like bad. And so I feel like I got in my own head a bit, or I got a bit like I got scared of that section, and so I just did it as like just as you can sort of see when I'm doing it, I'm like I'm concentrating like so hard on it to make sure that I'm making sure that my breathing's right, making sure that I'm like executing it cleanly and on pitch. And that sort of takes away from some of the like that attitude again, that sort of the feel. One thing I'll say as well is that like what always gets me is that this mic, like ever since I upgraded to the Lewitt as well, it is so goddamn clean that it kind of like, to me, it kind of disconnects the voice from the video a bit, in that because it's so clean, it's like it sounds like there, like it doesn't sound like it's a recording in a room anymore. It sounds like it's literally like it's there. At least this is my opinion anyway. And so any of the covers generally now, they kind of feel like a little bit disconnected, and I don't know if I like that or dislike that, because like I liked initially having the sort of like in the room, like, you know, it's sort of semi raw, like it does have like, you know, reverb and EQ and all that kind of stuff on it, but it's sort of it's
I
there.
don't know who I am anymore. I'm getting too much money.
Thank you very much for the 100 bits, much appreciated. And so like I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking that a little bit too much. Like I love this mic though, 100%. If you're a singer and you have stupid disposable income, then grab one of these. I grabbed this when I was a business analyst and I had a lot of extra money. And so that's the only reason. I wouldn't buy one now because it's there. I just don't have the money for it. Yeah. Anyway. At the end of the day, I love this cover because I think that I spent a lot of time on it. And so, yeah, but at the same time, it's like I can definitely see why like some people maybe thought that it was a bit too clinical, but yeah, it is what it is. All right, the Jet Set Life is gonna kill you. One of the sleeper songs, I reckon, on this album. One of the very very sleepy songs. Different stage of beard once again.
Gaze into her killing jar, I'd sometimes stare for hours. She then broke the hole so I can breathe. Shape out the last line, I'm just the worst kind of guy to argue with what you might find. And for the
Little bit pitchy there.
Could I lie with you? It's the hardest part of living. She wants to come down last time. I'm lost in the prescription. She's got something else in mind. I check into the hotel bell. I'm working.
I can't tongue roll, so I can't do that
It
thing.
gives the weak flight, it gives the blind side until the cops come all by the last light. And for the last night, I lie. Could I lie next to you?
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
It's the hardest part of living. She wants to come down there.
little bit flat there. Like, yeah, needed to focus on my breathing a bit more during this chorus. Just as a offshoot to, also not an offshoot, as a little thing there, this part here, only just now I realized why I didn't like this part. So the plug. It should be pull the plug. Like having that stress to it. I needed to add that. Because I legit finished this and I was like, why don't I like this section? What is going? Pull the plug. I needed to add that stress to it. Anyway, moving on. Oh, and that. Finish this in just a second. That is the exact same thing as back where, like, if any of y'all were here when I looked at Helena, having that lack of breath control, or not focusing on it enough and not having that tank full when you're doing it, ends up resulting in essentially putting the note like into the soft palate right before the hard palate, and getting that like if I chamber, but like this should be like if I go back. Slip into the, like that's how it should be sounding. It should be out, not in. And so tragedy. Like I don't know if you guys can make that out, like between this and what I'm doing like right now. It's that sort of aspect of tragedy. Like it's out. It's an out. It's an out sound, whereas like what I'm doing here, because obviously I must have just been like, oh man, I'm running out of fucking air, and so like it's all in the back here. The tragedy, like it's all here because I'm trying to like conserve as much air as humanly possible. But anyway, so use this as an example of what not to do. This part right here. Same thing there. I'm there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that one's probably like, I mean, like, I like the song, I like the backing vocals and all that kind of stuff, but I should have redone that. I think that was the first take that I did of that as well. I think I was just like, bam, all right. On to the next one. I should have redone that. And focused more on my breathing in the second half of the song. Fucking idiot. Anyway, Oh, thank you for the venom. I actually really like this cover. I haven't listened to it since I actually did it though, so maybe that'll change. But yeah. Anyway, well, let's get into this. I think I did a very good job on this though, personally.
Sister, I'm not much poet, but a criminal, and you never had a chance. Love it or leave it, you can't understand. A pretty face, but you choose to carry on and on and on. I wouldn't run the scene if you paid me. I'm just the way that the doctor made me. On and on and on and on. Love is the red, the rose on your coffin door. What's life like bleeding on the floor, the floor? You'll never make me leave. I'll wear this on my sleeve. Give me a reason to
I'll come back to something in just a second.
so give me all your poison, and give me all your pills, and give me all your hopeless thoughts to make me ill. You're running after something that you'll never kill. If this is what you want, then fire at will.
All right, before we get into the second verse. So, there is a point with this cover as well that I took this as a very live sort of aspect in that, like, there are some parts of this song that in the actual song, Gerard is singing with the main vocals, like, all the way through. There are parts of this song that I'll drop out and let the backing vocals actually do because I went through, I think this is like the third take that I did of this, and I felt like there were so many spaces in this song that if you're doing it live, you don't have enough room to breathe. And so with this one, I kind of let that lie a bit in that it was just like if there was parts where the backing vocals could sort of like take over a little bit naturally, or what I would sort of expect it to happen live. I kind of took liberties there, but in my opinion, I think that it worked out good doing that rather than like the last one, like tapping out by trying to do all of the studio parts all at once. But anyway, that little offshoot. All right, second verse.
Preach all you want, but who's gonna save me? I keep a gun on the book you gave me. Hallelujah, lock and low. Black is the kiss, the touch of the serpent's son. It is the mark of the scar that makes you one. You never make
Like
me
there.
leave. I'll wear this on my sleeve. Give me a reason to believe. So give me all your poison, and give me all your pills, and give me all your hopeless thoughts to make me ill. You're running after something that you'll never kill. If this is what you want, then fire at will. Yow! You never make me leave. I'll wear this on my sleeve. You wanna follow something? Give me a
Went out of time, just like a smidge there.
Just give me what I need. Give me a reason to believe. So give me all your poison, and give me all your pills, and give me all your hopeless thoughts to make me ill. You're running after something that you'll never kill. If this is what you want, then fire at will. Fire at will.
I think that's a good cover. Maternal and MCR songs. So I've been checking out some covers, and yours have been some of my favorite by far. Excellent work. Oh, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Yeah. The one of the things that I'd say with Gerard, just like Gerard's way of singing, is that it's very That's the best way to put it. Like a lot of his singing is just and so yeah, as soon as you can manipulate your vocal break, like or one of your vocal breaks, like into give me all your poison! Give me all your pills! Like, as soon as you can do that, like that's pretty much like that unlocks a lot of like the Gerard isms that come from like singing. So yeah, like that practice. And that'll make the songs a bit more interesting. But not too much, because like I feel in the next two songs I went like Hang 'em High and that. Sometimes I think Gerard sings like he's about to fall off a cliff. Yeah, exactly. Like that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just panic. Like but yeah, I think I overdid that a bit. Maybe not necessarily for the next one, because Hang 'em High I feel like I kind of needed to just be like but it's not a fashion statement. Yeah. His way of singing is just unique. So much emotion. Exactly. Like it just has emotion, but a lot of that emotion though comes from so yeah. All right, Hang 'em High. Yeehaw. Wah!
When it's in it face to black, right into the sunset, will I lie to you? Well, I've got something to say. From your six, come from your back. Follow the ignition, will I die for you? Well, here's your answer in space. Shotgun sinners, wild-eyed jokers, got you in my sights. Got it while I'm holding on. After all is said and done, come on from the pine box. Well, I'm asking you, 'cause she's got nothing to say. The answer just out of the tongue. Call her Black Mariah, well, I die for you. That girl's got rot in the brain. Mass convulsion, strike the choir by the grace of God. Got it while I'm holding on, but don't stop if I fall and don't look back. Oh, baby, don't stop.
Little bit flat there.
Me and fade to black.
Those fries are a little bit thin there as well.
She won't stop me putting down. She won't stop me putting down. She won't stop me putting down. So catch her gun and meet me by the dawn. She won't stop me putting down. She won't stop me putting down. She won't stop me putting down. So catch her gun and meet me by the dawn. She won't stop me putting down. She won't stop me putting down. She won't stop me putting down. So catch her gun and meet me by the dawn. She won't stop me putting down. She won't stop me putting down. She won't stop me putting down. So bad. Don't stop if I fall and don't look back. Oh, baby, don't stop. Bury me and fade to black. Don't stop if I fall and don't look back. Oh, baby, don't stop. Bury me and fade to black. Baby, don't stop. Oh, baby, don't stop. Oh, baby, don't stop.
But yeah, if there is a song on this album, that is just it's that one. So yeah, like there was a couple of parts where like I was a little bit flat in the notes, but overall I think that one's like, yeah, Just that one's probably the most like of the covers. But yeah, hell yeah. The only thing that I don't like about it is that I couldn't where is it? Like in the actual song, that's so berry. It's one note, whereas with this one I had to berry. Yeah. How to sing like Gerard step 1, get in a roller coaster to sing and the fear will make you express. Yeah, exactly. Ah, Barry! Yeah. Yeah, like those are the two things I think of this one is that like I like there was a couple of notes that were a little bit flat. And then that part in particular, that Barry, like needing to actually like breathe in the middle of that, like it would have sounded a lot better if it was just Barry! That one note. Anyway. Alright, it's not a fashion statement. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like this one was very much sort of the same as, which one was it? To the End. In that, like, I love this song so much, but, like, I feel like maybe I need to spend a bit more time on it. But anyway, maybe I'm being too harsh.
What you did to me, or what I'll do to you. You get what everyone else gets. You get a lifetime now. Do you remember that day when we met? You told me this gets harder. Well, it did. Been holding up forever. Promise me that when I'm gone, you'll kill my enemies. That damage you inflicted temporary wounds. I'm coming back from the dead, and I'll take you home with me. I'm taking back the life you stole. We never got that far. This helps me to think all through the night. Bright lights that won't tell me how, or tell me how.
That
Just you and I, your silence eyes remain.
that part there, I think that because like I'm more or less happy with this take, but the thing was, where was it?
Won't tell me lies. Bright lights that won't tell me how, or tell me how.
The
Tell me how.
bright lights that won't kill me now. I made the of that a bit too emphasized, so it sounds like tell, but it's meant to be bright lights that won't kill me now or tell me how. Bright lights that won't kill me now or tell me how, but it comes through as like tell twice. Do you have any tips for controlling your vocal break? It literally is just experience. Like you just kind of have to mess around with it. In that, like, if you essentially go whoa, like as soon as you get that, just breathe into it. And then you can sort of like pitch it around. And so that kill me now. And then as you start getting used to how it feels, you can then just sort of like throw it into different places. And it really is just experience. It's just experience. Like, because that is very much like everyone's voice and everyone's vocal breaks is a little bit different. And so like as soon as you can get into that, won't tell me now. As soon as you can get into that, like it's just a matter of practicing, engaging that and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, anyway.
Lights that
tell.
Tell me how.
It's meant to be kill. Yeah.
Just you and I, your silence eyes remain. Hip hooray for me. You talk to me, but would you kill me in my sleep? Lay still like the dead, from the razor to the rosary. We can lose ourselves and paint these walls in pitch red. I will avenge my ghost with every breath I take. I'm coming back from the dead, and I'll take you home with me. I'm taking back that life you stole. This hell you put me in wasn't deep enough, and I'm coming out right now. You're running out of places to hide from me. When you go,
Bit too much there.
that I will remember you.
Oh.
If living was the hardest part, well then one day back together.
No, that's be together, not back together. My bad. It's 2 words.
Just like the leaves changing colors, and I will then be with you. I will be there one last time. When you go, just so that I will remember you. I've lost my fear of falling. I will be with you. I will be with you. Man, that song's hard. All right.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so this is the thing for me, is that this was apart from the Ghost of You taking like 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever it was to actually do, I feel like this was actually the hardest song of the album to do. And like I'm trying to view it from that, because like there's a couple of things in it that I'm just like, ooh, don't know about that one, boss. And so, but like I just don't know. I don't know if I can allow myself to sort of essentially be like, okay, this is arguably the hardest song on the album. There's gonna have to be a bit of leeway a bit with it, but at the same time, that's kind of like, yeah, like the pursuit of excellence, I guess, is one of those things where it's just like, can you give yourself leeway? Like, I could do this better. That's what I'm getting at, is that like, even though this is a hard song, I reckon I could do this better. Should I have given it more time, or should I have just let it go? Like, I don't know if I'm being too harsh on this cover or not. Like, what do you all reckon? Do you reckon that this is a good cover, or do you reckon that I should have spent more time on it? That's pretty much where I'm going. Rather, do you have tips on high notes and control, for example, in Helena? So are you talking about the doing, what's the worst thing I could say? Like that part? Like, is like the control of those parts, or which parts in particular in Helena? Thought it was pretty good. Pretty good's all right. Pretty good's not what I'm going for, but pretty good's all right. But yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, and that's what I mean. Like, I look at this cover in particular, and I'm like, yeah, that was pretty good. It's pretty good. But then I'm just like, man, did I want to release something that was pretty good? It's a cover. It's a cut. Like, it's not my song, so it's like whatever. But at the same time, this is still a representation of me and my abilities. So it's like one of those things of like, yeah, should I have given it more time? Maybe. Am I overthinking it? Definitely. Yeah. So So I'm going to go into something real quick. For anybody that doesn't really care about being a vocalist or anything along those lines, the next minute or so is probably going to be a little bit boring. The key to high notes and control is getting used to what is known as above the line singing or above the pencil singing. And what that is the sort of idea that when you're actually exhaling or singing a note, you want to pretty much picture the air or the note coming out of your mouth. If you had a pencil in your mouth, you want to be able to essentially visualize the note is going over the pencil, not under it. And so how we actually do that is to position the actual expulsion of the air not to come straight out of our mouth, but hitting the top of our hard palate and then reflecting out. And so having a, what's the worst thing I could say? That doesn't really sound that. I mean, it hits the notes, but it's very open and blunt and not very. To me, it's not. It doesn't have finesse to it. What's the worst thing I could say? That between those two notes is the difference between just exhaling the note out or redirecting the air so that it's actually hitting our soft palate and then redirecting out. So in an example of if I was to breathe both of those notes, the first one of just letting it just come out is like a whereas if I don't know if the mic actually picked that up, but anyway, or a that like sounded like a dog, that same thing. Directing the note up instead of out gives you that control, and you actually don't need to push as hard to be able to have a note as loud or louder than if you were to just like essentially shout it out. Yeah, like that's my tip in terms of getting better control of high notes and stuff like that, is to put them up into your soft palate. Alrighty, cool. Cemetery Drive. I liked this cover. Wasn't the most successful one, but I still liked it. Yeah, 475 views. Yay.
This night, walk the dead in a solitary
No, it's all good.
style and crash the cemetery gates in the dress your husband hates. Way down, mark the grave where the searchlights find us drinking by the mausoleum door. And they found you on the bathroom floor. When I miss you so far. And the collision of your chaos that made it so hard. Back home,
Mwah.
off the run, singing songs that make you slit your wrist. Isn't that much fun? Staring down a loaded gun. So I won't stop dying. Won't stop
Yeah, Billy Talent's good.
lying.
Yeah.
If you want, I'll keep on crying. Did you get what you deserve? Is this what you always want me for? When I miss you so far. And the collision of your chaos that made it so hard. Way down, way down, way down, way
That's one of my favorites. I think that one that's just a I don't know. Like, toot my own horn here, but I think that I fucking nailed that cover. I'm just gonna put it out here. I'm pretty sure that's the best cover of this song out there. Just saying, just saying. Yeah, that cover's a banger. Yeah. You make the songs seem easy to sing, but they are not. That is the thing, is that people don't really look at, unless they're like big fans of like My Chem and stuff like that. A lot of people don't really look at Gerard as being a great singer. He is a fantastic singer. What I'll say though is that his voice is slightly higher than mine, and so a lot of these notes are a lot easier for him to sing than it is for me. Like, I need to put a lot more into it for some of these. And so yeah. But definitely underrated, and this stuff is hard to do as properly as like a one take. Yeah, not a lot of people sort of give it enough respect. But yeah, all right, we're almost there. We're almost done. We have the last track, which yeah, I think I could have done this a little bit better, but at the same time, this song has so much going on that this kind of comes back around to the it's not a fashion statement. Oh, there we go. Well, we're up to your favorite one, and we did Helena first. This one I feel is really raw. I feel it's really raw. And like it's almost like I think someone said like it was like the sort of doing this song was like if Gerard did it during the Bullets era. Which I kind of vibe. I think that's pretty cool. I also really like that idea of having like a different vibe. As much as I like sort of having that sort of Gerardism and sort of like looking at that to just be like, this is how I'm going to approach it. But definitely having like my own sort of vibe as well, of putting different stuff into it. Like if it is that whole idea of like, oh, it's like if Gerard did yeah, I never told you what I did for a living, like back on Bullets instead of 3 Cheers. But anyway, yeah. Last song of this series, which took me like 2 years. It shouldn't have taken me 2 years. It should have taken me 1 per week. It should have taken me 12 weeks. Not 2 years, but life gets in the way. Life gets in the way. All right, last one. Let's go.
Stay out of the light of the photograph that I give you. You can say a prayer if you need to, or just get a line and I'll grieve you. Can I meet you alone? Another night and I'll see you. Another night and I'll be you. Some other way to continue to hide my face. Another knife in my hands, a stain that never comes up. The sheets clean it up. I'm so dirty, man. The kind of dirty where the water never cleans out the clothes. I keep a book of the names, and those only go so far till you bury them. So deeper down we go, touched by angels, though I fall out of grace. I did it all, so maybe I live this every day. Another knife in my hands, a stain They gave us 2 shots to the back of the head and we're all dead now. And never again.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah, that's true.
again.
Yeah.
They gave us 2 shots to the back of the head and we're
Free Sleep Bay is great, also.
dead now.
Yeah. I lost air there. So there we go. Yeah. There's so much going on in that song that, like, yeah, when I just, like, lost air at the last part, like, in that last part, like, of that stuff, I was just like, fuck it. Like, there's just so much going on. I don't think that I was gonna get the aggressiveness and the sort of, like, even if I did this like a number of times more, I don't think that I would have gotten it any cleaner, because, like, there's just so much air being dumped in that section that getting into the last part, it's kind of just a fucking just like white knuckle gripping, like getting through it, and then yeah. Yeah, I think that was pretty good. I like looking back on it again. I know I only did this like 2 weeks ago or something along, 10 days ago. There we go. I did it 10 days ago. I haven't really looked at it since I did it. And so yeah. But I think that was pretty fucking good. That's a pretty good one. But yeah, taking it back just for a second. Yeah, Chris Lipe. Anyone that doesn't know Chris Lipe, fantastic singing teacher and an analyzer, I guess, and all that kind of stuff. Funnily enough, is also bald. Yes, yeah. But yeah, fantastic. If you don't know who he is, go check him out. He's way bigger than I am. Way bigger. Yeah, I get no respect. And so, yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's got his finger on the pulse as well. And funnily enough, this mic, the LCT, the one that I've been using for like the last couple of covers, I actually bought that because he did a video with Spencer Sotelo, doing a one take of Wildfire, and it sounded amazing, with both the screams and the cleans. I wanted something to upgrade from this bad boy and from the Aston Origin, because I was using this one for a lot of my covers for a while. This is really good for a budget condenser microphone, an Aston Origin. I think in Australian dollars, I think this was like $250. So it'd be like, I don't know, like 170 or something like that US. And yeah, really good if you're looking for a budget microphone. This sounds good. But that sort of like squeaky cleanness, like, yeah, that the Lewitt though, I love that microphone. I love it so much. I keep I keep tagging them and stuff and just being like, hey, you should endorse me, huh? Because like, yeah, I'm doing all of my covers with your microphone now. I'm putting it on blast. Come on. But vocalists don't really get endorsements. It's always the guitarists and stuff. So, you know, losers. But yeah, Chris Lipe, great guy. I'd love to work with him at some point, but that's wishful thinking. Of course I would as well. He's a lot bigger than I am. But yeah, that's the album. That's 3 cheers. I really enjoyed doing it. And you know, it's gotten me a lot of people that actually enjoy watching my stuff through this, so that's really cool. Notes that I have like reviewing it again is that like one of the things that I've tried to do or I've tried to put into practice is that striving for perfection is great, but having a product actually out there is greater. And so a lot of these songs I can sort of look on now and just be like, oh, I should have put that, like, I should have left that in the oven for a little bit longer. But at the same time, it took 2 years to do a 12-song album cover series. That's bad. That's bad. Even though life comes up, I should have just did it. Because realistically, it's like, I have the feeling that a lot of these songs would have ended up roughly the same anyway, because you do the cover, you go, okay, that's good enough. I'm okay with that, and then just moving on. And I feel that like, even though there are parts of these songs that I definitely am like, yeah, I could have done that better. Of course, perfection is a curse. Yes, exactly. It is 100%. And so I can very easily look on a lot of these, any of these songs. I can look on any of these songs and be like, I could have done X, Y, Z better. But at the same time, if I could potentially have not finished it still, like it could have been another year before I got back to this stuff. So yeah, it's better to have these as A+ covers instead of S tier covers. Because some of them, like, because to me, Cemetery Drive, that is fucking awesome. This one I feel is really raw and great. It's not a fashion statement, kind of. Like, I think the last chorus, the last part, that is the crowning moment of the song, but that's when you're tapping out of air as a vocalist. And so it's like, if I pre-recorded everything, it would have been fucking amazing. And I still might do that. Like, I don't know if I'll do that as like a Patreon thing or something. I might actually re-record these songs as like the actual multi-tracks of I could probably sell that, I guess, of like, you know, here's the isolated vocals, my version of it anyway. You can use them for whatever you want. But yeah, I was considering ranking these of what my favorite ones were, but I don't think I'm going to do that because I think that that's moot. But yeah, and I did said My MCR Covers. I'm gonna take a look at the it's me. Oh man, I look high as fuck there. Give me oh yeah, Demolition Lovers. Yeah, let's take a look at that one. I haven't looked at this one for a while. We'll look at this and then Foundations of Decay, and then I think that's that'll do us for today. When did I do this? 3 years ago. There you go.
And in mine into your icy blues, and then I'd say to you, we could take to the highway
Pitchy.
with this trunk of ammunition too. I'd end my days with you in a hail of bullets. I'm trying to let you know just how much you mean to me. And after all the things we put each other through, and I will drive until the end with you. A liquor store or two keeps the gas tank full, and I feel like there's nothing left to do but prove myself to you, and we'll keep it running. But this time, I mean it. I'll let you know just how much you mean to me. As snow falls on desert skies,
Those fries were good. That's a good fry stream though. Not quite as good. Oh hell yeah, you got a physical album? Yeah, that's sick. So, a little bit of context of this one as well is that I did this cover when I was trying really hard to sort of like get a bit more established as a vocalist, and so I was doing like 2 to 3 covers a week.
If you're enjoying this cover, make sure you check out my band Russian Novel, where I do the majority of my singy boy work. All of my links, etc., will be in the description. Go check it out.
So sweaty.
Chuck us on Spotify playlists.
Some
all that kind of stuff,
playlists.
that'd be great.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, you get that, King. So, just here because like I did it at the start as well, and like it's here as well. Again, I haven't really looked at this cover since I did it, or maybe like a year or two ago. I sort of looked at it again, sort of analyzing it a bit closer. The idea of like my vocals here are so all we are. It's like it's all here, and to me, you don't really have much control. All we are, like all we are. Like you have so much more control if you don't put it into your nose, and so like. Yeah, just as a side note when it comes to singing, if I was to redo this again today, this would sound a lot different. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, it's like just the sort of aspect of I should have practiced the placement instead of like, because this was like first take. I think I literally just pressed play and then just did this. Whereas if I had sort of did a run through first, I would have then been like, oh, rather than we are, all we are. At the same time though, you live and learn. Fucking subscribe. And never know how much I want to show you you're the only one. So when I did this as well, this was in the period where I was just like, nah, no backing vocals whatsoever. One take, one vocal track. That's it. Like anything else, it's inorganic, it's inauthentic. And I was like, I seriously thought when I did this, I was just like, oh yeah, like everyone else is doing all of these like really elaborate covers and all that kind of stuff. This is just me. Um, Obviously, I don't think that way anymore. Like to me, it's like if I'm putting out a cover, I want it to still be polished. Yeah, at least the screams in it were all right. But yeah, no. Didn't have any of the backing vocals. Like I could have easily had some really nice harmonies and stuff like that in this. I could have really made this like a lot better. And this is on the other side of the perfectionism where like I feel like because I was spending so much time per week um fuck, what was I saying? I'll get to your question in a second. I just read it and I was just like, yeah, I have an answer for that like immediately. But I was trying to finish my train of thought. With this cover in particular, it's just like as I said before, of like as you said before, like perfectionism is a curse. I feel with this one though, I feel like even though people seem to enjoy it, it's got like 18K and people like it was beautiful Vsauce. Thank you. I could have done this better if I had given it a run through first and then identified the areas that I literally just spoke about, like hand in mine into your icy blues, like hand in mine into your icy blues, singing it more like I would sing something rather than trying to emulate Gerard. Those are the points in these covers that really shine for me, is that when I put myself into it more than just trying to emulate Gerard. In this, I was just trying to emulate Gerard, and now looking back on it, I'm like, it doesn't really sound that good to me because I'm not Gerard. I'm not. And so, yeah, if I was to do this again today, it would sound a lot different, or maybe not a lot different, but it would sound different. So the history behind the Fantano get up and all that, and why it's like a continued gimmick to this day. I used to have long hair. I used to have really long hair, like down to my waist, long hair. And actually, while I'm telling this story, I'll see if I can find a picture. I used to have long hair. When pardon me. When just before lockdown, from like COVID and all that kind of stuff, I cut my hair short. Just because I cut it short and I dyed it silver. And that was like that was like a thing. I was like, yeah, I'll dye it like silver and like have like a wacky different hairstyle. But I prior to that, like sorry, after that, oh fuck, I need to concentrate on one thing at a time. I'm like trying to look for a picture and I'm just like, oh yeah, where is it? Oh, there's one. This doesn't show at all, but like, yeah. After lockdown, during lockdown, I like shaved my head. Because I was like, man, my man. All right, I'm gonna stop looking for the picture because I'm legit just distracting myself so bad. When COVID lockdown happened, I had dyed silver hair, and during that period, I had like really bad regrowth, and just because of the nature of like literally spending like 3 months not leaving the house, and essentially sitting in my room around the house for like 3 months, I was not in a good mental state. And then once my hair started like having this really disgusting regrowth color. Because I don't know if any of y'all have had silver hair before, but if you don't maintain it, it goes this really gross, like purpley, coppery color. And because my natural hair color is like sable or whatever you want to call it, like dark brown, it was just it just looked so gross. And so just like one night I was just sitting there just being like, oh fuck it, and I like just shaved my head. And so funny little thing about hair follicles is that sometimes if you shave, they don't come back. Especially if like your family is potentially like, male pattern baldness and all that kind of stuff. I had hair, and then as soon as I shaved it, my body was just like, oh, he doesn't need that anymore. So I was just bald, and so it was just like, okay. And when I got back into covers, like the glasses that I have in there, like I actually do need glasses. Like I'm not wearing them now because I don't really like wearing my glasses because they kind of feel weird on my head. But I do actually need glasses. So I would wear them every now and then when I'm like reading. And one of my friends was just like, "Oh, you look like fucking Anthony Fantano now," and I'm like, "All right." And so, I used to really like Anthony Fantano. Like I used to watch his stuff all the time until there was just numerous like takes that he had on different albums, different bands that I was just like, I don't agree with that at all. And so then I just don't watch him anymore. But I thought it was really funny that he used to review like metal and stuff like that, and then he went really hard into hip hop. And then I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do a bunch of metal covers dressed as like Anthony Fantano, and that's pretty much as deep as that gets. The only reason that I keep doing it is because it just works, like just in general. Like I'll still to this day get people just being like, "Oh fuck, I thought Anthony Fantano was reviewing like yeah, Veil of Maya or My Chem or something along those lines." Like, yeah, that's crazy. And then but the thing is that people will be like, "Oh, I thought like Fantano was doing this, but then I stayed for the vocals." And it's just like, "Cool, the gimmick works." Like it might be a bit clickbaity, but it works because people go like, "Oh, this dude's actually pretty good." And so like that's it. That's the only reason why. Just using someone else's like established sort of like visuals to sort of just spin it to present what I'm doing. And so there you go. That's it. That's not a good picture. That doesn't show my hair. Where is it? Give me my fucking. Do I literally not have a picture here of like where I had long hair? God damn. You got a chocolate? Yeah, good. Yeah, not everyone knows who Anthony Fantano is. So like, it's for some people they just see my covers and then go like, ah, like, it's not really a thing. Um, they're just like, oh yeah, that's a bit weird. But then for other people, they're just like, that's fucking Fantano. What the hell? Um, but yeah, so there you go. That's the lore behind it anyway. And why I had it. Or why I continue to do it to this day. And also, it's just funny. Because, yeah, I do just get people that are just like, what the hell? Like, what the hell's Fantano doing here? Um, do I seriously not have, like... I surely have pictures and stuff like that of when I had long hair, but, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Give. Well, I'm looking for this. I have one other My Chem cover, and that is Foundations of the K. Uh, no, that's fine. I've answered it a couple of times. Oh, it's right there as well. Because yeah, like a lot of people are just like, well, why do you do that? And it's just like that's why because it's because funny. But yeah, anyway, while I'm searching for this, let's take a look at my foundations. Oh, little lore behind this cover as well. I did this cover, I think it was 2 days after the song came out because I was hyped when they released Foundations of Decay. I was like, no fucking way. And I think I have the first cover of I think I have the first cover of this song like period. Um, but in saying that, there are parts of this song that I should have given more time. But yeah, anyway. All right. Let's do it. While this is going on, I'm going to look for a fucking picture of me with long hair also.
See the man who stands upon the hill. He dreams
Yeah, pretty
of
much.
all the battles won. But fate had left its scars upon his face with all the damage they had done. And so tired with age, he turns the page, let the flesh submit itself to gravity. Let our bodies lay while our hearts will stay. Let our blood invade if I die in pain. No, if your convictions were a passing phase, may our ashes feed the river in the morning rays. And as the vermin crawls, we lay in the foundations of decay. He was there the day the towers fell, and so he wandered down the road. And we would build towers of our own.
Missed all. We all built towers of our own.
Watch the roots corrode. But it's much too late. You're in the race, so we'll press. Press till you can't take it
Timing.
anymore. Let our bodies live while our hearts will save. Let our blood invade as I die in pain. Adam, by his own hand, his
Timing.
spirit flies. Take his body as a relic to be canonized. No, that's how it gets to die, you see. But she will always be the one.
Ran out of air.
You look stressed out. Yes, it comforts me much more to lay in the foundations of decay.
Yeah. So there you go. Like that is definitely like I fucking I rushed this. Like like the song came out and I was just like I need to cover this. And so yeah, there's parts in it where I'm just like like where is it? We lay in the foundations of decay. Like that part there is a little bit off, and like
And so we wandered
down the road, and we would all build towers of our own. Like I missed like words and stuff like that, and so at the same time though, it was the first cover. I'm pretty sure it was the first cover. And then I made up for it in that I recorded a green screen. Like I put up the green screen footage as well as I re-recorded all of the vocals properly with multi-tracks, and then people use that for their own covers and stuff like that. That was the redemption arc of this. And so people could use like properly recorded vocals and stuff. But yeah, there you go. There you go. That's all the My MCR Covers that I've done. Hooray. And as a little bonus, where'd it go? Oh yeah. So this is what I looked like with fucking hair. I don't have one from when it was at its max length. At what age did I start singing? Like 10 or something like that. It was like choir when I was in like starter school, like primary school or something along those lines. I was like 10 or 11. And any song that marked me. What do you mean by marked? Can you expand upon that a little bit more? And also just as a little thing. So this is what I looked like when I had long hair. Is this work? Actually, I might have to swap it. I mean, you can see that more now. But yeah, that's what I look like with hair or with long hair, and then like that's what I look like with silver hair. So there you go. Progression. Yeah, get out of here. yeah. I definitely needed to finish it. It just took so goddamn long. It's just it shouldn't have taken that goddamn long. I'll definitely get to Black Parade as well. I didn't expect that. Yeah, I had hair. It's crazy. But in terms of marked, like if you can expand upon that a little bit, I'm happy to answer that to the best of my ability. Because I'm not 100% sure what that means, but and yeah, pretty much plans going forward is just to sort of go back to doing a bit more of a variety of covers week by week. I'm not really going to try and rush things or anything along those lines. Really just going to try and explore different things, and then I'll get to Black Parade. I don't know if I'm going to do like some I have the feeling I'm going to do some of the B-side stuff like Boy Division and all that jazz stuff that isn't on the mainline albums between now and like when I do Black Parade, because Black Parade's going to be a whole last thing. I have the feeling, and so yeah, that's gonna take a bit. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'll bounce in a second, unless you can elaborate on the marked. Yeah, and yeah, I'm excited too. We'll see. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. I'll decide. It's Saturday for me at the moment. I'll decide on Monday, I guess, what I'm gonna do. Yeah. But anyway, unless this marked thing gets expanded upon in a second. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Anyway, all right, I'll probably just wrap it there because what was that? That was 2 hours. That's pretty much on 2 hours. So that's the right amount of time for a stream, in my opinion. Is 2 hours is like what it is. Because yeah, any longer than that, it's like now I'm just like, man, I don't know. I don't know what I need to do now. All right, thanks for hanging out, y'all. Have a fantastic rest of the night / rest of the day. I'll catch you later. Hopefully, I'll be streaming like next week. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, but like, yeah, I'll do next week, I guess. Try and stream at least once a week. And yeah, all right. Have a good one, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you later. Peace. 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 Peace.